Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Pavarotti, the new documentary directed by Ron Howard, telling the story of Luciano Pavarotti, one of the most famous opera singers, tenors of all time. And I was very excited for this documentary. If you've noticed, I've been seeing a lot more documentaries and reviewing them on my channel. This is something that I didn't used to do a whole lot of, was actually seeing non-fiction films. And I've actually been really enjoying seeing these documentaries, and I had high hopes for this film. Ron Howard is a very talented director, and overall I really enjoyed this film. Pavarotti is such an interesting, dynamic person, and honestly, he's a larger-than-life character, and this film really captures that. And he's fun to watch, he has such charisma, it really captures the humor that he had, how much he really cared about others in general throughout the film, and also his talent. And the different scenes where they're actually showing him performing are very dynamic, very powerful. And those were some of the most interesting pieces of this film. And he's very dynamic subject for a documentary, and that really helped with this film because he is somebody that can keep your attention and you want to see his story. And overall, I think most people who go out to see this and want to see this are going to enjoy this. My only big takeaways about this film is I felt that it was a bit messy in its storytelling of specifically is like where this film was going. It kind of bounced all over the place and didn't really have a whole lot of rhyme or reason to exactly how the story was being told. And I also felt like they hid some particular things. Yes, they brought up the fact that he cheated on his wife and then married a woman like 40 years younger than him. But the thing is, they don't really go in a whole lot of depth in showing his negative aspects. They kind of glossed over them in the documentary. And obviously, showing this person as a well-rounded person is going to make them more interesting and a more engaging story. And there's particular moments where some people made little off comments like, could it be a bit of prima donna? But you know what? That's alright because he was great. And they don't really go into what are the things that he really did. They just kind of mention a couple things and gloss over them. I felt like this film would have been a little more open about those specific things, but it really seemed like this film's motive was to try to make Pavarotti seem like this amazing person, which he was. And nobody's perfect. And I wish that the film would have shed a little bit more light and a little more detail on those things that make him human and make him flawed, because they really did gloss over them in this film. But those are my main takeaways. Overall, I loved the experience, enjoyed watching this. I got to see the early Fathom screening on Tuesday night that wound up starting 45 minutes late because technical difficulties, and boy were the group of elderly couples and people in that audience not happy. And it was a very interesting audience to be watching the film with, or not watching the film with, for 45 minutes. But I would recommend this film. I think it's really interesting. I think people that are going out to see this and loved his music, loved him, they're going to love this film. And those who want to go see a documentary about an interesting person will have enough there to keep their interest. And those are my thoughts. Comment below. Let's talk some movies. And thank you as always for supporting your Wasteland reviewer.